let's get right into what what we're here to do, man. And let's
Lord.
give us a little commentary on yourself. Tell us about yourself, where you're from, what you got going on.
Yeah, man. Maurice Robinson. I'm a professor at Bowie State University. I teach communications there. I'm also a PhD candidate at Temple University, studying Africology and African American studies under the tutelage of the legendary Malefi Kete Asante. I'm writing about this powerful piece where I'm really trying to build community by organizing smaller communities and uniting us behind a bigger cause that manifests desirable ends for everybody. Like I write about this idea of bringing industry into the community. I feel like it's only 3 industries that have provided a significant amount of jobs for the Black community, and that was slavery being the first one, the second one being drugs and crime, and the third one being hip hop or the blues. This idea of the entertainer. These are the 3 industries that have created. These are the 3 industries that have created jobs and also created something that we wanted to consume. Like all of these things, whether it be freedom, whether it be the ability to provide a means, or whether it be the ability to be known for your talents. Like, so that's kind of like what my headspace is in. I'm also the owner of a jewelry company, RichGrillz, and that's like a whole universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, RichGrillz is a culture, it's a movement. Like, but we're also art. This is art in the 21st century. Like, I take so much pride in everything I do. And you mentioned earlier, we got the podcast popping too. That thing is full of just rich information that I feel like needs to be published and the world needs to hear. Similar, I feel the same. I feel in the same high regard as what you do. You know what I mean? These are conversations that need to be had and need to be available for people to choose one day. You ain't got to choose it today, but one day you need to listen to some of the things these brothers and these sisters are sharing with us, because they're going to play a role in making us a more productive citizen for the world tomorrow.
No doubt, no doubt. But yeah, that's full gems right there. That's full gems.
That's real, bro. I don't even like getting into what I'm doing, because I won't stop, because I'm so passionate about everything, and I got all of these different projects lined up. But time is of the essence. We got to do what we can complete. We must do what we can complete. In a world where you can do anything in the world, do what you can complete.
Yes, sir.
You start races that you can finish. Don't start all these races you can't finish. If you ain't ready for that 10-mile marathon, you might need to start with a 5K. Like,
yes, sir. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't try to jump into something that out of ego or thinking, just jumping over your capabilities, man. Just start with a 1K, whatever it takes to get your thing going so you can finish, get accustomed to finishing. That's big right there, man. That's big.
Yeah, I would say even just knowing your capabilities.
Yeah.
Like pushing yourself so you know your capabilities. Yeah. I know you gotta push yourself to the max. You gotta challenge yourself, or because then you won't know what your max is, Like I always in class I always talk about the process of muscles growing. Like, they tear and then they rebuild stronger. Like that pushing yourself against your challenges is so important.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, that's it for real.
Yeah, that's it. I know there's much more, but we and that sounds good to me for part 2 later on in the future. So I'm gonna just throw that in the air.
Yeah. Oh, and I golf every day, bro.
So man, golf, man, that's something I want to get into. I know it's real therapeutic, and it's a game for the mind. You know what I'm saying? A game to concentrate and focus. So along with chess, my son at the time was 11. He taught me how to play chess, and with him doing that, I had to think like, damn, what the hell am I doing with my life? Chess is strategy for real. For my son to understand that game like how he does and to teach me, I just took that as one of the biggest blessings of my life. So yeah, man. But I tell my hat to you, brother. So what we about to get into is what I call not the icebreaker. Call this the glacier breaker.
Glacier breaker, yeah.
Glacier breaker. Titanic. So how do you define manhood? Your definition.
Find manhood as one of my favorite minds in the world say the left hand washes the right hand washes the left, and both hands wash the face.
Mm.
You know, I always look at manhood and duality with womanhood.
Important, very important.
You know, like it's an import and export. Like we ourselves are nations. Like I am a nation. You are a nation, you know. So when I'm getting into this thing of manhood, I also have a philosophy of it also being statehood. You know, like you are stating that, you know what I mean? Like you are building something. You are a creature of manifestation. Now to recreate yourself, you have to work in unison with this woman.
Yeah, yeah.
And then to raise this person to be better than you, you must pick a woman who makes you better to recreate this human that you want to be better than you. So I look at it. It's people don't like it, but I call it a game. We're playing this game, you know. We're playing this game where we must find this being and we must recreate ourselves before our character's time is over in it. So when I look at manhood, I look at it as one in a trinity, you know, but I also look at it as an energy, though. Manhood is an energy. Manhood is an energy. That thing pumps it pumps the blood like the heart mechanism in the body. Like, you know, I feel my manness, you know, and my whole life has been about learning how to control it and manipulate it and use it to my personal advantage, because every man's manhood is different depending on where you come from, who you was influenced by. We are not all the same. Like we have not all been created equal. We have all been created capable, but we have not been all created equal. You know, like for some people, controlling and taming the energy that they possess is a different task than it is for other people. And that doesn't mean that they're undisciplined or anything like that. It just must mean that they're dealing with a different type of energy that these other people not dealing with, you know?
Right.
Like the truest men I knew had no respect for law and order. Like no one could tell them like not to do something that was right because it was against the law. Like I know levels of manhood that I haven't been able to reach. It's levels of manhood that I haven't been able to reach yet because I've seen men. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Oh yes, I do.
Like I am not in the world by myself. I'm not going to be tripped into this narrative that there's no leaders and there's no examples in my community, because I've seen too many of them. I know too many of their names, and I've seen too many of them die on what they live for to say otherwise. So that's where my mind be at when I'm defining this idea of manhood. Like I define manhood as an energy, but it's also responsibility too. And whenever you have opportunity and it's combined with capability, like it also comes with accountability.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh my God. Say, bro, that's a cave full of gems right there. That's
That's how I feel, bro. You know what I'm saying? I literally, this is what I write about. Like I love the business. I love doing the business and traveling and all of that. But really it's like, okay, God gave me this life.
Yeah.
And God made me capable to, and I'm a God guy. Like,
oh, most certainly. Most
I'm
certainly.
a God guy. God gave me life and God gave me the opportunity to do stuff. Like I'm doing things that I never even imagined that I'd be able to do. It's not on no, or everybody just talk about getting money, but what have you done? You know, like what have you done? What contributions have you left for the world to remember you by 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now? And are you comfortable being known by that for the rest of your life?
Come on.
Like,
come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about, we get into the media and we get into this toxic masculinity conversation, and that fake stuff is not going to last.
Right.
In 100 years, they're going to retract all of those things. They are going to say that, man, they're going to blame their adolescence on those things.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to say they did those things out of manhood. They're going to say that they became a man and wish that they did those things differently. So I just want to operate on man time early. Yeah. Like, I always wanted to be known as a man from a kid. Like,
right.
And a man cares about his reputation and his legacy. A man cares about how he's going to be remembered. A man does not want to be remembered for being anything less than a man, you know, which get to the first topic we talked about in the beginning. Like, I'm not going to go down as not being remembered as a man. Like, can't happen.
Straight up and down. And for those of us who not considering God, that's a big mistake, because we are nothing without God. And there's an order, there's an order. Most people don't agree, but most people do that. There is an order. It's God, man, woman, then the family. You know what I'm saying? And that's the order. So God is our source. God is everyone's source, but for as a man that's living righteously, God is the source. So I appreciate you, making sure that we all know that you about God. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, it is what it is, man. Like, and I only say that because, again, I'm not a missionary.
No,
like,
I got you.
My goal is not to ever bring anyone into the faith that I believe in. My goal is just to let people know that it exists.
Straight up.
It exists. And if you find yourself needing it one day, you're going to find that the commitment is permanent.
That's important. That's a race that it's not gonna be finished till it's finished, all the way finished. So yeah, man.
We can't run the miles.
Right. And I heard you mention influence earlier. Who has had a big influence or major influence on you as far as your knowledge and your definition as a man? So who had the biggest impact on you as a man?
Oh man, it's crazy. It's mostly women, my grandmother, my mother, my sisters, like I saw what they needed, so I had to be that. And my father's incredible, bro. Like, everybody got things about just growing up. Men living with other men is just a thing in itself. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I grew up in a community where I had 22 first cousins with no uncles.
Yo.
Like, all of the uncles were either gone or locked up. And I saw my father be a male influence for my entire mother's side of the family. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he left home when he was 16.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so he's always been like a good example of it. And then it's just through my educational career, I've just met people who have really nurtured my mind, like, and let me understand that, like, okay, you want to become a man. It's not about just understanding men. It's not even thinking or fooling yourself into believing that you can understand women. Like, you're like, don't even play yourself.
Right.
You even think that you can understand women in the plights that they go through.
Yeah.
You got a little insight into the plights and struggles that men go through. Like, but you got to figure out how all of these things are moving together. Like how puzzles can all have these different unique shapes, but come together and make a complete picture. Like, I still don't understand what a man is. Like, I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still learning, but I see the bigger picture. I'm just drawing mines down. Like, now my life is going to be my drawing. My life is my definition of manhood. Like, and that's what I want all these young men to really take into account. Like, your life is going to be the definition of a lot of things to somebody, to everybody, because no one is in charge of anything. You can't call somebody an entrepreneur and only define it by successful entrepreneurs.
Right.
Everybody who's experienced it has testimony. So when you throw my name into the other names of all of these men who have lived on the planet Earth, like, I wanted to be in the highest of regard.
Yeah, and that's what you mentioned previously. Like, no, every man gets to a certain point in their manhood where it's like, I wish I would have done better. So it's on us to make sure that we're not saying that shit later on. It's either I've done my best, or look back and have other people say that was an exceptional man, just like you said about your father. So yeah, that's what it's all.
And we're gonna make mistakes,
no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make mistakes, but you know, we live to learn from them.
Yeah, and that's how we are be able to help youngsters, that's looking up to us from the mistakes we've made and how we've overcome those mistakes. So mistakes is just part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Part of the game.
Yep. Share with us one of the most important lessons of manhood you learned from, whether it be your father or the women in your family, or any examples that you men around you that growing up. I know it's many.
Yeah, man, because I grew up playing poker, so I would always play poker with my father and his friends. I'm talking about from like the age 11, 12, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these guys is, war veterans, you know what I'm saying? Like they live interesting lives, you know what I mean? Like, dudes who was able to get some money through real estate. Like, I'm getting a lot of interesting perspectives from people. And one of them would always say, it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Word.
Like, and that one has grown with me my entire life. Like, I think I could speak for most people who grew up in like a public education system, for sure. We kind of taught through discipline. Like, so a lot of things we don't even get to experience because we think it's wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't think it's wrong. We just think we think they won't let us do it.
Yeah.
It's almost semi-slaverish.
Yeah.
Like we think we're not that free to do it,
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So I just go for it. If somebody tell me I'm wrong, how do I do it right?
Right.
Like, how do I do this the right way? Like, I don't never encourage people to break the law, but I do encourage people to take chances to figure out, the wrong, because they're only going to tell you the right way after they teach you the wrong way. Like,
yeah, that's real.
That's real.
Just go for
That's
it.
every form of education I've ever experienced. And I'm talking as a student now, you know what I'm saying? As the teacher and student now, everything I've ever learned, I was taught the wrong way initially, but it had to be dumbed down for me to even understand what it was.
Yeah. I get it. And that's the plight of most of us growing in the inner cities, and with people, even when we get the idea of, all taking risk or stepping out, somebody, whether it be in our family or in the neighborhood, or shoot it down. Oh, boy, you can't do that. They not gonna let you do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So, But it's a new day, and this is why I tilt my hat to you, and it's important for the whole mission behind Show Thyself a Man is to show thyself a man. Like it's more so for those youngsters, you know what I'm saying, that's ready to do something, and they maybe have negative people in their ear, but look, we got brothers like us. Look, go for it. You know what I'm saying? Jump out the
Do
window.
it.
You know what I'm saying? Do it. You
Do it.
can't.
Attack.
Right.
Attack.
Right. So
Attack. If they call it unnecessary roughness, they
you,
call it unnecessary roughness, but you got to make the play. You got to make the play.
You got another play coming too.
You
So
got another play coming. Make the
yeah,
play. Make the
yeah,
play. Repetition, 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 repetition. Like so much of being whatever it is you want to be, like, is about repeatedly trying to do that thing better.
yeah.
Like, okay, you call yourself a man. Tomorrow you gotta show me how you gonna be a better man.
Mm.
And the next day you gotta show me how you gonna be a better man. You're a football player. Okay, tomorrow you better show me how you gonna be a better football player. If that's what you're gonna say you is, if that's what you're gonna say you are, like, I didn't ask you to tell, I didn't tell you to say what you were. You told me what you were unwilling.
Come on.
Every day you need to show me you try and be better at it. Or you don't really want to be that. You don't really want to play that game. You don't really want to be that.
Yeah, that's real.
You don't really want to be that. You want to be something else.
Yeah.
But if you like, I'm real big on self-identity.
Yeah.
How do you identify?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to place that standard on yourself, what did you do today to uphold that standard?
Yep.
It's that simple. It's that simple. That's simple. You got 20, we get 24 hours. Let's say we sleep for 8 of them. We get 16 hours to show people what we are.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah, that's gold. That's gold.
You know what I'm saying? Like, show me. I got all these little like football players, basketball players, like, athletes, musicians, my young boys, you know what I'm saying? My young boys, and they telling me like, yeah, I do this, I do that. Like, look, show me.
Right.
Show me. When I'm teaching my students, show me. Like, show me. Like,
and that's what the young boys need. Like, show yourself a man. Show thyself a man.
Show thyself a man. Show thyself a man.
And we're at the point, where the people that matter, they don't want to. You can't say too much of it no more. You have to continue to show, especially when you have shown the first steps. Say, okay, you have to progress. You just have to. That's they like to say yesterday is played out.
Yesterday played out. Like, the caterpillar don't become the butterfly and stop. Like, like, it don't stop. Its evolution, its life is not over once it becomes a butterfly.
Come on.
Like, I broke the cocoon for the opportunity.
Right.
Break the cocoon of boyhood.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Boyhood. Woo.
Break the cocoon of boyhood, man. Like, spread those wings. The beautiful thing about a caterpillar is that people think that it like spins a web or something for its cocoon, when really it's almost like a snake. It dances, and as it dances, it sheds a weaker layer of its exterior. By the time it becomes a cocoon, that is the base. Like, that is the foundation of what that caterpillar is. And then it shows that it has something beautiful beneath that's been growing the entire time. Like, that's the type of time we're on. That's man time. Like, man time is like, people might look at me as a great man now, but somebody else will pay witness tomorrow. Like, or even the same person paying witness again. Neither one is discounted. Those are the more important people.
Yeah.
The person who sees you and the person who follows you, like that person who follows you is gonna be the one, when we start talking about our wives, our girlfriends, our kids and things like that. These people see us every day. Like, if I want to know, show thyself a man, I'm not going to ask the men. I'm going to ask the children and the women to show me a man. Like, they see him, man. They see us every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
They see us every day. I'm not asking for people for a reflection. They said you wanted to know the brutality of a slave master. You don't ask the slave master. You look at the backs of his enslaved Africans on the plantation. You see lashes on their backs, then you know the brutality.
Yeah.
You see the harm that man has done to the people around him.
Yeah.
To know the character of that man. A man's reputation is inescapable. Everyone's reputation is inescapable, no matter how hard we flee.
Ooh. Yeah. That's yeah.
I be having to stop myself, bro, because I get into a zone, bro.
Oh, look, I'm giving you giving it to you, man. Look, you spread your wisdom and speak your mind. Now they say talk your shit.
Yeah, facts. When you sent me the questions, I looked at the joints and I said, "Oh yeah, we good." I said we good. We good.
Let's get it.
I know what type of combo we gonna be a part of. Like,
yeah.
I don't really do interviews. I just talk. This is life. This is,
you
know what I'm saying? Like, in my text that I'm gonna leave in the world, these are red letters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is not what people said about me. This is what I say about me.
Straight up, red letters.
And I feel it, bro. Like I said, this is an energy. And the fact that I teach, it just showed me this next generation. Like, it showed me the status of this next generation. And I'm just like, do I care? Like, do I care? Like, do I genuinely care how they grow up? Because when I go online, when I open up my phone, like, I'm going to see the dude slapping the other dude. I'm not going to see Rich and Amiri just exchanging about how to become a better man.
Building, right.
That's not the entertainment. People want entertainment. They don't want education.
Yeah. Most certainly. But we gonna give it to them, though.
We're gonna give them both.
We're gonna give it to them. We're gonna give
them both, bro. Uncensored. They can't censor this.
Man, so are you married?
No, man, I'm not married. I got a beautiful girl. Like, she is witty as they come, man. I love her. She's beautiful. She's fierce. Like, she's beautiful. She fierce. She definitely iron.
Yeah.
She definitely iron.
Yeah. So you feel it's important to protect her. How you feel about how you feel about the importance of protecting our women? Mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Is everything, and just I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, it made me look at politics way different. Like, just having a woman that I cared about and that I've sworn to protect, because I would naturally, I will infringe on your rights to protect you. I would tell you that you're not doing that because your protection is my responsibility.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? It made me realize that the politics of this thing are way deeper, like, than I could imagine. Like, you can't really understand life until you find a woman. Like, I don't think it's really possible. I think your scope would just be undoubtedly limited.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
undoubtedly limited, So that's the beautiful thing I like about, being in relations, the fact that you get to learn other point of views and you get to assert who you are but still, you know, fine tune it, like nourish it, you know what I mean? Like feed it the right things. So you figure out a way where the entire community is safe. That's the mentality I developed. Like my girl made me want to build a nation. I've always wanted to build a nation, but the to keep, and it's not just my girl, it's my mother, it's my sisters, you know, like it's the home, you know what I'm saying? Like all of the women that I know, and me and her were just talking about this. Like if I've ever met a girl, like, and we've exchanged any type of energy, that like you are forever under my protection. You know what I'm saying? Like you are forever under my protection. Like I'm not about to let nobody violate you. And if you under my, if, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna be the guy to let another guy do that. Like
straight up.
If we are in community with one another, you know. So it just made me on some stuff where I need to own the entire nation.
Right.
Like
Right.
I'm on that level of ego. Like,
yeah.
What you like? Nails, coffee, woo. Okay, I'm gonna open a nail salon. I'm gonna open a coffee shop.
Come on, brother.
That's just the type of time I'm on. If you want it, you gotta pay the cost to be the boss.
Come on.
Like my mother told me, the level of control. You want control? You want to control another human being? You want to control another human being? All right. Now we're gonna see how big of a man you are.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Don't step on land you can't lie. You can't. Don't step on land you got a lease. Like ain't no point. You want to own something?
Ooh.
You want to own something? You want to own something? I tell these young boys, oh, you got a girlfriend? What you doing for her? Oh, okay. You think that's how it works?
Yeah.
You think it's gonna be the I got this girl for this and this girl for that. You think that's gonna last? Okay.
Yo. And that's some real tough work right there. You if you can't support and please or whatever with one woman, what makes you think several women are gonna last? So yeah, that's and that's just where our youngsters' head is right now. But just like you say, you don't understand life until you dealing with a woman.
Facts. Listen, man. Every time somebody come at me with talk about all of this other stuff, I'm like, all right, that sounds good. Yo, look at me, that sounds great. Like, I'm all for it. But you can't afford your girl already. So
come on.
Like
come on.
Like if your girl's sad, if your girl wants for something, how the hell you talking about getting a second one? You talk about getting a second one.
We
like leasing.
Yeah.
That's a lease, man.
Lease. Come on, man. Yeah, that's big. That is big. You know, a lot of brothers dealing in lust with that thing, man. They think they could just
what?
You know what I'm saying? But you're not fathoming the responsibility that comes with women, you know.
That's real.
And it's like, yo, it's like tough dealing with one, and not even necessarily tough. It's a focus and a managing that you have to manage that one. So you don't even really know what you're getting into when you want more than one. So
facts. Facts. And you don't want to be nothing to lose.
Right.
You don't want to be nothing to lose. That's just life. I just say that as a young man who was growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody say, oh yeah, I'm in a relationship, come out and you found out, oh, I didn't even know. Like,
yeah.
Like that's just how life, like growing up on the other side of it, I keep it real with everyone. Like growing up on the other side of it, like, nah, man, like when you decide to be in a relationship, you decided to make this person happy.
Right.
So when you're in the dating stages and situations, you gotta be. It's very important to make sure that you're okay with the effort and energy and agency you gotta put forth to make this person happy. If this person ain't happy with what you're willing to give, then you shouldn't be. in that situation for the youngins, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that might even be something for everybody, you know what I mean? Like, that's just what I believe, because ain't nobody's situation ever gonna be perfect, you know what I'm saying? But is it worth it? Is you willing? Like, we just on some man time. We just talking man
Oh yeah,
time.
yeah, man.
You
You know, this for the time, for the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all grand, man. That's all grand, and this is definitely words that needs to be put in the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? To let the atmosphere, universe, God know we here, and this is what we discussing. This is the topics that's on our mind. You know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts on? I know it's a pretty broad question, but you could even categorize it how you may please, or you could just answer the broad question. How what's your thoughts on brotherhood?
On brotherhood. Brotherhood is the most beautiful thing in the world. You know, like, and I always preach balance, because I tell the youngins, like, you could be a brother to a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, brotherhood is literally the people you select. Most powerful thing in the world is that we select our friends. We select the people. You know what I'm saying? That's when I don't think of brotherhood as far as blood ties. You know, like you know, Saturday night, my brother had his first championship boxing match in Atlantic City. You know what I'm saying?
I saw.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know, first round knockout. You know, like when they said and the new, like, I felt like that was one of the greatest days of my life. You know what I'm saying? That's brotherhood right there. Like,
yeah.
Like, when somebody feels your wins, and you know, there's a popular saying that, you know, a chain is the strongest, weakest link. You know, but this beauty thing about brotherhood, which separates it from everything else, is we as strong as our strongest link. You know what I'm saying? Like, the strongest force at any given time is the strength of us as a union. You know, we heard the analogy of iron sharpening iron, and that's what brotherhood means. Brotherhood is the community that you chose. There's a greater brotherhood, and that's a conversation for a different day, because I think that's something that we have no control of, or no say so of, or no way to even limit or control. We can't limit or control that. Like, I would rather speak on the things that I have influence on and that I can control.
Right.
And that's the pack of people that I roll around this world with. You know, like, brotherhood is a lot. It's like the combined energy of a community of people. Small community. You might not even call it. It might just be groups. You know what I'm saying? Groups.
They just different clusters for different
clusters.
Necessities. Yeah.
And we organize based on the significance of the issue at hand.
Yeah.
I think about in high school, you know, everybody had their individual cliques. But if it was like a situation with like another school, people who didn't go to the school, you would see those cliques start to organize with one another. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, now this clique who are just 3 or 4 dudes, they 60 deep running through the hallway.
Yes, sir.
What's up? Like, so this concept of brotherhood is really an energy, like, vibrating across the entire universe. Like, you don't even know how big your pack is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, people don't even know you Central Time, I'm Eastern Time. Right. You know what I'm saying? People don't even understand that if we both saw each other in dire straits in the situation where the zombies is here, you know what I mean? Like, me and you together. Like, I never watched The Walking Dead, but I know the concept of it was, you know, there was these zombies, you know, like, but after a while, the biggest problem wasn't the zombies, it was the other humans.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
figured out how to deal with their issues.
Mm-hmm.
So now the biggest issues we're gonna have is amongst us.
Yeah. Yeah. So we figured out the common threat. Now it's back to being each other's threat, so to
And
speak.
then it's back to being each other's threat, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
So
that'd be unfortunate, but it's like you say those
we got a
clusters.
spar though.
Yeah, yeah. The clusters do the job they have to that'll do, and then you get
You
back at
got
it.
a spar. You got a spar.
Yeah,
You got a spar. I love it, man.
yeah, yeah. What advice would you give your young self? Like now knowing what you know, now been through what you have been through. What advice would you give young Mo?
Oh man, just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Don't spend no time not believing in yourself.
Yeah,
Time is fleeting. Time is fleeting. Time is fleeting.
yeah.
Vanity lives forever.
Word.
I flipped that. They used to say that vanity is fleeting. Beauty lasts forever if somebody's seen it.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Like, spend your time creating beautiful things, doing beautiful things, being a beautiful person. That's the only thing I want to tell myself. Spend your time being beautiful.
Come on.
Spend your time being beautiful. As beautiful as you can. When things get ugly, be beautiful. I think I took that advice. I'm proud of my life.
Word. Word.
Like,
That's big.
I'm not one of them dudes who say, oh man, I wish I never did this, or I wish I never, I don't have no regrets. Like, I don't have no regrets. Like, I don't have no regrets. I feel like I was born and placed here for a special reason, the same way that everybody else has a special, unique reason why they was placed on this earth. Like, and I spent my entire life working towards manifesting that purpose. That purpose combined with my destiny. I know my destiny and my purpose aren't the same thing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm supposed to do way more than just the things I'm supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the things I choose to do is my art.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be my art.
No doubt. No
Yeah,
doubt.
that's what I tell my young self, man. Believe in yourself. You
Believe
got
in
this.
yourself.
You got this. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. And it's not about what you can do, it's about what you can get done.
Mm.
It's not about what you can do with your two hands, with your one mind, with your 2 feet, and with your one body. If one mind work well, what can 2 minds on the same, vibrating on the same level of energy do? Like, 2 hands work fast, what can 4 hands do?
Mm.
6 hands, 8 hands, 10 hands. You just got to organize the people. Like, organization is the key to manifestation. We don't need new thoughts. We just need to organize our old thoughts.
Old thoughts, yep. And the old thoughts gonna keep coming up until they get organized. That's real.
Yeah. Chaos.
Yep. There's beauty in chaos too.
Is God created chaos and beauty together.
Yep.
Like, before there was light, there was darkness. Like light is the organized. Light is what organized the chaos that existed before God created the sun.
Yeah. Straight up. And that's that's my big
that's
thing,
not
man.
That's not just biblical Genesis myth. That's Kemetic Egyptian myth. That's everybody's myth. Like, you know what I mean? If we talking about Egypt, they call it the primordial noon. You know what I mean? The 3 waves, the 3 waves.
Right.
This is the primordial noon, the pre-existence of all living things.
Right.
And then Ra comes.
Right.
You know, the new bird comes and screeches and this loud screech on the Benu stone, and the water starts to vibrate, and light comes, and all of these different things are happening to create life and to create movement. Like, That's all. That's it. That's all. That's
But
all. That's
you know,
all.
look, I was gonna let you roll. But you know, and that
I get to
even
talking, bro.
yeah, even sort of the evolutionists, like you know, the scientific theories and all that, it still leads to creation because I just think about all those things, all the gases in the universe, and all those things had to collide and clash to create. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just no spooky magical, you know, oh, this is that, this is that. No, things had to move around. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Things gotta move around.
Yeah, earthquakes happen. That's creating different, you know, parts of what we call you know, the tectonic plates and all that. That's
Yeah.
new creation is an earthquake. So things are being separated, things are being moved around simply. So yeah, man.
At the end of the day, man, movement is evidence of life, man.
Yes, sir.
You ain't moving, it's no way we know you living. So
Come on.
once you realize that you must move to live, how you move becomes the most important thing.
Come on.
Like how you move. As a man, how do you move? Show thyself a man. How do I know that's a man? Look at the way he moves. Like, look how he does the things he does. Everybody can do anything, but the way you do it is going to determine how people look at you.
Come on.
How you do the things you do is going to determine how people do it. Like it's this idea of decorum. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's a decorum. Like that's why I like golf so much. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I like golf
there you
so
go.
much, bro. Because it's a decorum to the game.
Yeah.
Like yeah, you can go out there, you can play right, you can do everything right. But if you don't understand the laws of engagement, then you can't play this game. Like it's the wrong game for you.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just not about smacking the ball far and winning. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you said, it's a big goal.
It's about not walking on another man's putting line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's about understanding that the person furthest back goes first. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all of these things that have nothing to do with performance. You know what I'm saying? But everything to do with competition, how we compete, that really determines what level of manhood is you on. Like manhood don't got nothing to do about no one individual man. It's about how men come share community with one another. That's what determines manhood.
Yeah.
These types of conversations, we are showing two Black men who we don't know each other, you know what I mean? But we showing how they should interact, how they should build and bond with one another.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And create a bigger community, a better community.
Yes, sir. Ooh, well, I feel full. I feel like I ate a
yeah, we gotta
Sunday
say something
dinner.
for part 2, man.
Oh, I just ate Sunday dinner, boy. I just ate. So definitely. Well, I'm glad you said that, man. It would be an honor for me to have you again in the future, man. And I just appreciate you blessing the show. You know what I'm saying, with your wisdom once again, and your presence, man. Your presence. So, what's next for Maurice Robinson, aka Professor Robinson?
Oh man. I don't even know where to start, you know, like on the real. I just tell people to follow the movement.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. But just give us your handles.
Follow the movement. Sure. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow, but it's gonna matter. Like I'm gonna show people every day that I'm working. Yeah. So that's what's promised. You know, you can follow me on my personal Instagram at a liberal artist, and you can follow the company at RichGrillz. That's the jewelry company. We also have the podcast page, Rich Podcast TV on Instagram, Rich Podcast Network on YouTube. Subscribe to the Patreon. A lot of behind the scenes footage, man. It's so just come see us, man. Like,
yes, sir.
Tap in, and we gonna roll together to the top.
Yes, sir.